guys, what's up? It's me, Jasmine, and welcome back for another weekly weigh-in vlog slash monthly recap video. Today we will be recapping the entire month of August. So for any of you who might be new here, I have been on a weight loss journey using the compounded GLP-1 medication Tirzepatide since January 1st of 2024. I am currently down right around 150 pounds. I share my weekly weigh-ins and other weight loss related content here, so if that is something you're into, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So like I said, today I am going to be kind of combining my weekly weigh-in along with my monthly recap for August. I do my weigh-ins and injection days on Tuesdays. Today is Tuesday, September the 2nd. And for reference, I'm currently on 12.5 milligrams of Tirzepatide. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I think we're gonna start with my weigh-in results for the month of August. If I can find my phone. Hold that thought. Also, before we get into it though, I did want to quickly mention, you guys, I am trying out a new coffee creamer today. Some of you may know that I am absolutely obsessed with cookie butter. Like, this time of year is my favorite because it is when Dutch Bros comes out with their cookie butter lattes, and ever since I discovered them, I've been obsessed. That being said, I was so incredibly stoked when I was at Walmart the other day, cruising through the coffee creamer section as one does, and lo and behold, I came across a zero sugar, mind you, zero sugar cookie butter coffee creamer, and I will pop a picture of it somewhere here on the screen so you can see, but it is, I believe, 10 calories per serving. And so yeah, that is what I'm using in my iced coffee today. And oh my god, you guys, she is bomb. She is bomb.com. And yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know if they're available everywhere. I had never seen this flavor before, and especially zero sugar. I was absolutely shook. Honestly, I feel like Coffee Mate like answered my prayers last year when I was genuinely like wishing they would come out with a cookie butter zero sugar creamer for my iced coffee. Anyways, that is a total side note. So moving right along, we are going to get into this monthly weigh-in recap. So on August the 1st, I had weighed in at 195.4 pounds. As of yesterday, September the 1st, I weighed in at 193. So that is a grand total of a 2.4 pound loss for the month of August, and that brings my overall weight loss to 150.8 pounds. I am going to hold my thoughts and feelings until after I go through the measurements and body shots, so we'll circle back. So moving on to measurements, I'm just going to go down the list and say how many inches I lost or gained for the entire month of August. So starting with my neck, I am up 0.26 inches. My chest, I am down 0.04 inches. My waist, I am down 0.71 inches. My belly, which I measure at the top of my belly button, I am down 0.75 inches. My hips, I am up 0.07 inches. My left bicep, I am up 0.02 inches. Right bicep, I am down 0.02 inches. My left thigh, I am down 0.81 inches. My right thigh, I am down 0.69 inches. My left calf, I am down 0.11 inches. My right calf, I am down 0.3 inches. My right ankle, I am down 0.18 inches. And my left ankle, I am down 0.27 inches. So that brings the total inches lost for August to 3.88 inches. And that brings my overall inches lost since the beginning of my journey to 116.36 inches. So as far as my weigh-in for the month of August, obviously 2.4 pounds I'm not gonna lie, it is incredibly disappointing. And I know this is coming from somebody who recently posted a TikTok slash short talking about how losing 2 to 5 pounds in a month is actually like a good rate of weight loss.
Call me what you want, but you can't call me broke. Pull up with that chopper and a telescope.
And it is, and I realize that it is, like, realistically, logistically, I understand that losing 2 pounds in a month is still losing a half a pound a week, essentially, which is commendable. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it still kind of sucks. It still sucks to lose 7 pounds in the month of July to going on to losing 2 pounds in August. Like, and yeah, I don't honestly have any excuses or reasons why. I will say in August we did go out to eat quite a few times, like out to restaurants, and we had like a date night. And so it's stuff like that, like, you know, you think having like one date night a month where you go out and maybe overindulge, or having, you know, a couple pizza nights in a whole month, you don't think that's gonna impact the scale until you get to the end of the month and you realize it does in fact impact the scale. And it's crazy how just a few nights of overindulging can kind of not really set you back, but can definitely slow your progress for an entire month. So yeah, I think that honestly is just what the case was here. We'll get into my goals I had set for August, but before we get into all that, I did want to go over my weekly weigh-in results. So like I said, I weigh in every Tuesday, so let's just go over that really quick. Okay, so last Tuesday was August the 26th. I had weighed in at 197.2, and as of this morning, September the 2nd, I weighed in at 193.4. So I am up 0.4 pounds from yesterday, but for the overall week since last Tuesday, I am down 3.8 pounds, which is pretty good. I want to say I had gained the last like 2 weeks. And honestly, I mean, that just kind of goes to show you, like, supposedly I've lost almost 4 pounds in a week, whereas for the entire month I am down 2 pounds. I honestly, I feel like it all just kind of evens out in the wash. Like, it all comes out in the wash. And so like the day by day and even week by week weigh-ins don't always really give you a full picture of what's going on in your body. I feel like for me personally, I have definitely noticed that, you know, my body will tend to hold on to and even gain weight at certain times of the month and also certain times of the week. If I'm being completely honest, most weekends so the way I set up my calorie deficit is that I have less calories that I'm allotted Monday through Friday than I do on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday, I have about like 700 more calories per day that I am allowed to eat to stay in a deficit for the week overall. That being said, I realized that me eating a little bit more, and typically when I'm eating more on the weekends, it's things like I'm eating takeout, I'm eating treats and junk, right? Stuff that's high in sodium, highly processed, stuff that's gonna make me hold on to water a lot of the time and also just bloat for the following days after. And so I do realize that when I'm doing that on the weekends and then I turn around and weigh myself on a Tuesday, my weekends are most definitely affecting my weigh-ins. And so I have honestly been giving thought to changing my weigh-in day to make it maybe a day where it's like not right after the weekend. I feel like maybe like either a Thursday or a Friday even. That way there's kind of more space in between my more higher calorie weekends versus my weigh-in days, just because I do feel like that would make a difference, honestly. And I know in the grand scheme of things, again, everything kind of evens out, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel like for like my mental side of things, like seeing a smaller number on the scale would benefit me mentally. So I don't know. But then again, I have to figure out the logistics, because like I do my weigh-ins and then I film the same day, and then I post these videos on Thursdays, and I work the weekend. So there's just a lot of logistics that I got to figure out. But if I do in fact change my weigh-in days, I will keep you guys posted, because that will effectively mean that I'll be needing to change my upload days. But that is neither here nor there, so I just wanted to put that out there. So moving on though, we are gonna go ahead and I guess before we get into the monthly recap stuff, I'll just finish out my weekly stuff. So I honestly don't have any major side effects to report on for this past week. Everything was pretty much good for the most part. I will though say there was one incident. I will be honest about this. So on Monday, I went out to a restaurant with me, my husband, my daughter, and my mom and her boyfriend. We all went to go eat lunch together. And so on days when I know I'm gonna be eating takeout, I usually will like skip my first meal of the day. So on this particular day, I drank an iced coffee on the way to the restaurant, and we didn't actually eat until maybe close to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So all I really had on my stomach by the time we got to the restaurant was an iced coffee. I don't know why my mind decided that it would be a good idea to indulge in a blueberry frozen margarita, probably because they had a sign out saying they were $5 frozen margaritas, and if your girl sees a $5 frozen margarita sign, odds are 9 out of 10 she's gonna get a margarita. So yeah, that's what happened. I got myself a nice, and they're pretty good size. It was a pretty good size margarita, and you know, it was a pizza place, so I was sipping on my marg, feeling good, everything was fine, until all of a sudden everything was not fine. And this was like right when they brought the food out. Finally, they had brought my pizza out. I have like a little personal pizza I had ordered. I just started feeling deathly ill. Like literally I felt like I had a knot like right in my like upper gastric area, and I didn't know what it was. Like I wasn't nauseous, like I didn't feel like I needed to throw up, but it felt like it was something was just like sitting there. And I'm pretty sure, looking back at it, it was probably acid reflux, which makes sense because coffee is acidic and alcohol is acidic, and if I have nothing on my stomach, yes, that is, you know, I have a history of episodes of pretty bad acid reflux and GERD, and so that definitely is what was going on, and it was my stupid fault for doing what I did, basically. But yeah, I did get pretty sick, and I ended up having to spend quite a bit of time in the bathroom calming myself down. My mom gave me some Gaviscon tablets, which did help. But basically I ended up not really getting to finish my meal because I felt really ill. But yeah, that was probably the only side effect that I had this past week. But again, is that directly related to being on a GLP-1, or is it related to me not eating and then drinking coffee and alcohol? Like I don't know. Yeah, so that was the only real side effect for this past week. As far as non-scale victories for this past week, I do have two that I want to share. So the first being that I did one day this past week go into Bell's, and Bell's is kind of like a outlet type of store, kind of similar to Ross. Like the types of clothes they have are like kind of off discounted clothes from other retailers and stuff like that. They do have some plus sizes, but not like a super extended plus size section. So honestly, in the past I haven't shopped there a whole lot, just because one, the clothes are not like super great quality. Like a lot of times they're kind of like the fast fashion, like cheap quality clothes, but also because I honestly they didn't have my size for the longest time. But this past, I forget what day it was, but one day after I had gotten, I want to say it was after I had gotten off work, on a whim, I decided to go and I was looking for home decor actually, but they had this like rack of dresses out, kind of like fall type dresses, and one caught my eye and I just thought it was really cute. I looked at the tag though, and it was in a size large, and I, up until this point, have not even tried to fit a size large. I want to say like the lowest size dress that I had gotten into prior to this was an XL, but yeah, large just seemed like it would not fit me. Like in my mind I was thinking, oh, there's no way this is gonna fit me. I tried looking for an XL, they didn't have it in the same dress. I ended up deciding to go ahead and just try it on, and lo and behold, you guys, I was so incredibly shocked that and it wasn't just one dress, I actually found 2 dresses, both in a size large, and they both fit me, and they're both really cute, and I will try them on and show you guys. But yeah, that was honestly such a cool feeling. Like I can't get over that feeling of like being able to walk into a straight size clothing store, find something on the rack and try it on, and it actually fits you. Like when you go a long period of your life not being able to do that, like it honestly is such a life-changing feeling. It really is. Like, and in my mind, like I said, I didn't even believe that I would fit into it. Like my mind has still not registered the fact that like, yes bitch, you can fit into large and even medium in some cases. Like it has not fully clicked. Like the fact that I'm not at least a 2X anymore is still hard for me to wrap my head around. But yeah, that was one non-scale victory. And then the other one is that yesterday on Labor Day, me and my husband and daughter went and did a little bit of shopping, but I wore a crop top for the first time in my life. I wore a crop top out in public and I felt good. Like literally, when I tell you guys, I was telling my husband about this, I cannot remember, I don't think I have ever worn a crop top actually out in public, because as a apple-shaped person, you know, I've always carried most of my weight in my midsection and my apron belly and whatnot. Honestly, I just don't like the way crop tops have ever looked on me. Like it's giving, it used to give like Winnie the Pooh bear vibes, if you know, you know. And I mean, it still does to an extent. Like don't get me wrong, I still have a belly, like it definitely is still there, but I feel like I was able to wear my shorts, and that's another thing, I wore my shorts with this crop top, and I was able to wear those, and I don't know, I felt like it looked good. Like I didn't feel self-conscious. Yeah, that was just a non-scale victory for me, because I usually do not ever wear clothes like that out in public, especially. I don't even wear crop tops in my house a lot of the time. So yeah, it was definitely a non-scale victory for me. Moving on, we are going to start our monthly recap for August. So I'm going to try to move through this a little bit quickly, just because I do have a dentist appointment in like an hour, so I need to get this filmed and get ready for that. So we are just going to go over the goals I set for August and talk about them. Let's see if I can find it. All right, so for anyone who's new here, I basically every month like to sit down and write out some goals for the month. I make 3 different categories. So one finance goal, health goal, social media goals. So for my financial goal for August, I put that I wanted us to hit $5,000 in our emergency fund. I am happy to say we did hit that goal. I kind of have talked about this briefly, but me and my husband, I feel like we've been doing a lot better about sticking to kind of a budget and actually saving money and leaving our money in our savings ever since we filed bankruptcy in January of this past year. It's kind of forced us to get serious about our money, because obviously there are no credit cards to fall back on. Like there is no safety net. We need to have our own safety net. So I feel like that kind of has really motivated us to be more serious about our finances and actually saving an emergency fund. So for my health goal, I put I wanted to get into the 180s. That obviously did not happen, which sucks. I honestly, like, thought 5 pounds in a month in the bag. Again, though, these things, I mean, honestly, it is what it is. I really have no explanation. Like, these things just sometimes take longer than we think they're going to, and that sucks, but that's just the reality of weight loss. For my social media goals, I wanted to hit 4.5 thousand subs on the YouTubes, which, you guys, I am super happy to announce that at the time of me recording this, we are sitting at 4,894 subscribers. So first of all, thank you guys so much. For anyone who's new here, welcome. And for all of my people who are OGs and keep showing up every week and interacting with my content, I really do love and appreciate you guys, because literally this whole YouTube journey has been a whole other aspect of my life, and I haven't really talked about it a lot, but growing a YouTube channel, growing a social media following, it is a lot of work, but honestly it is so rewarding, and it's really just something I have really loved and enjoyed. And so thank you guys for being here to make my little social media influencer dreams come true. So yeah, as far as my TikTok goal, I wanted to hit 21,000 followers on TikTok. That did not happen. Shocker, I know. Yeah, so as of the time that I'm filming, we're sitting at 20.7, which is, I believe, where we were at when I set this goal back in July. So that being said, TikTok is kind of hit and miss. Some months I will get a viral video that brings a bunch of new followers with it, and some months I get shadow banned and like none of my videos get over 1,000 views. So this past month was definitely a shadow ban month. It is what it is. Out of all of the social media platforms, which I only currently do TikTok and YouTube, I honestly like YouTube more. YouTube is where my heart is, so TikTok is kind of, it is what it is, you know. I don't take it to heart. I don't take it too seriously. But anyways, so yeah, those were my goals for August. So we are going to move right along to September. And before we get into it, there is honestly nothing really super cute about this month's little thing. I mean, nothing like, there's no quote or anything. It does say be kind to you in little writing. But yeah, she's cute. We are officially in fall, you guys, and I'm here for it. Like, literally, I forgot to say that. I was gonna mention it in the beginning of this video, but today I'm in Texas. It is a crisp 80 degrees outside, which for Texas is fall weather at its finest. Like, I fucking love when it gets this time of year. The sun starts cooling off for a little bit. I mean, obviously we're not like ever getting into actual fall weather here in Texas, but it's just nice to get a break from the 100-degree plus weather. So I am here for it. And I got my fall candle going. I've been doing a lot of fall home decor shopping, which I definitely plan to get a vlog posted with that, so stay tuned, because I love all of the fall cozy vibes. Anyways, moving on. So for September's goals, starting with our financial goal, I want to hit 6K in our emergency fund, which I think is doable, and I have a written plan for it. So that is the financial goal. Health goal, I put that I want to get into the 180s, and so I'm really hoping I can lose the 3 pounds that are between me and the 180s. I guess it's 4 pounds really, but yeah, that is the goal. And then I also put another goal. I am going to be having a dry September. So dry September meaning that I want to not consume any alcohol for the month of September. I did this back in, I want to say January. I did a dry January. And yeah, I feel like I just need it. I feel like, you know, alcohol can definitely impact the scale and weight loss, and it can slow your progress. And I know for me personally, I'm the type where, you know, when I drink, it makes me also tend to eat more and like snack and stuff like that. So I think doing kind of a dry month will help maybe to boost my weight loss a little bit, because yeah, I just feel like I need to maybe take a step back. So we are making that one of our health goals. And then for social media goals, I want to hit 5,000 subs on YouTube, which we got that in the bag. I already know. I honestly like to set my goals low so I'm not like disappointing myself, but I fully trust and believe we will hit 5K sooner rather than later for the month of September. And then I also put I want to post at least once a week on TikTok. Again, TikTok is kind of taking a back burner here lately, but that's okay. Moving on to the gratitude portion of my journal. So I put here, I am grateful that my daughter is healthy and she is turning 2 this month. She will be 2 on September 20th, and I am so freaking excited and sad at the same time. I literally cannot believe I have basically a 2-year-old on my hands. It's insane. I put I am grateful that we are finally transitioning into the fall. I already told you guys how much I love the fall. And then I put I am grateful for my job, which gives me a free gym membership. So I have made the decision, you guys. I have decided I do plan to cancel my old gym membership. I had talked about this in a previous vlog, how I basically, with my job, I have a free gym membership for a new gym that they built that is actually very nice. And I have been paying for my old gym membership still, but I haven't really been going there. I've been utilizing the new gym. So it doesn't really make sense to keep paying for my old gym. I was just kind of on the fence because I was having like just mixed feelings about canceling it, but I have decided that I am going to cancel it, and I appreciate the fact that I have access to a free gym. So moving on to positive affirmations for the month of September, I put my self-worth is not determined by my appearance. I give myself grace in tough moments, and my story has power. And I feel like all of those are very fitting and very true. So that being said, that is all of my journaling wrapped up for the month of September. Before I close out today's vlog, I did want to quickly mention something that I debated whether I wanted to share this here or not, and also like when I was planning to share it, but I have decided I'm not going to keep you guys in the dark. I'm going to be very upfront and honest about everything that's going on in my life. So basically, I have made the decision that I, in about the next month or so, am planning to come off of my Tirzepatide. And yeah, so I have decided this for several reasons. I'm not going to get into all of them like in detail. What I will say is that I do plan to start tapering off my medication starting today. So today, like I said, I have been on 12.5 milligrams. Today is shot day. I'm planning to taper down to 10 milligrams. And then I will be kind of tapering down from there over the coming weeks. And so, like I said, I have multiple reasons why I'm doing this. It's nothing bad. It truly is nothing bad. Honestly, I feel like I'm at a point in my journey where, for one thing, I've been on a GLP-1 for almost about 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in January. So like 21 months now, like consecutive months without a break on a GLP-1. And I feel like I am honestly just kind of curious to see what my body does off of it. I still 100% intend to continue with my weight loss journey the way I've been doing it, as far as my calorie deficit and working out and still trying to lose weight. And I still have my weight loss goals, which I shared. You know, I really want to hit 150 pounds by the end of January. I feel like I can do it. I also am a little bit nervous because I do realize that a lot of people do regain some weight when they come off their GLP-1. I'm hopeful that by kind of tapering and not just stopping it abruptly, that'll maybe help to combat that a little bit. And also, honestly, I'm just a believer in, you know, the real reason that I am losing weight on a GLP-1 is because I'm in a calorie deficit. So if I can maintain the calorie deficit, I don't really see a reason why I should be regaining weight, but obviously time will tell. Yeah, so just know that things are changing, but what is not changing is my goals, my weight loss goals. And yeah, that being said though, I am gonna go ahead and end it here. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave a fall leaf emoji down in the comment section to let me know in honor of fall, which is the best season of all. And other than that though, guys, I really do appreciate y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all in my next one.